Have you ever noticed that your legs don't feel quite as steady as they used to? Maybe it's that feeling of weakness when you stand up too quickly, or how a simple walk around the block leaves you more tired than usual. It's easy to chalk it up to aging, and sure, time plays a role, but what if I told you that some of the healthy choices you've been making could be quietly working against you? That's right, certain fruits, yes, fruits, might be secretly draining your strength, especially in your legs. And the frustrating part is they're the ones we've been told for years are good for us. You toss them in your morning smoothie, slice them into a salad, or grab them as a quick snack, thinking you're doing your body a favor. But after 60, your body processes things differently. What worked wonders in your 30s or 40s might actually backfire today, especially when it comes to muscle health and mobility. Now, I want to be clear, fruit isn't the enemy, but the type of fruit, how often you eat it, and what it does to your muscles and blood sugar levels. That's where we need to have a real conversation, especially when our goal is to stay strong, independent, and confident in every step we take. So let's start with one fruit that surprises a lot of people: grapes. They're small, sweet, and refreshing, and they often feel like the perfect guilt-free snack. But the truth is, grapes are incredibly high in natural sugars, especially fructose. And when you eat them in large amounts, they can spike your blood sugar levels faster than you'd expect. Over time, these constant blood sugar surges contribute to something called insulin resistance, which makes it harder for your muscles to absorb and use the energy they need. For your legs, that means less power, more fatigue, and slower recovery after even simple activities like climbing stairs or standing from a chair. Now let's talk about another popular pick: bananas. I know bananas are rich in potassium, and potassium is great for your heart, right? And that's true, but there's another side to the story. Bananas are also high in carbohydrates, especially if they're very ripe. For seniors trying to maintain muscle strength without putting too much stress on the joints or spiking blood sugar, too many bananas can become a problem. They provide a quick burst of energy, but may leave you feeling sluggish soon after, and over time, that roller coaster effect can make your legs feel heavier and less responsive, especially during long walks or balance exercises. Then there's fruit juice. I know it's not technically a fruit you bite into, but it's often treated like one, and this one deserves a special mention. Whether it's orange juice, apple juice, or even a green blend that looks healthy on the label, many fruit juices strip away the fiber that helps slow sugar absorption. What you're left with is a concentrated dose of sugar that hits your bloodstream fast and hard. And when that happens regularly, it contributes to inflammation, fatigue, and weaker muscle tone, especially in your lower body. I've seen so many people over 60 who are doing all the right things. They're walking daily, stretching, even adding light strength training, but they're also drinking fruit juice every morning or snacking on grapes and bananas throughout the day. And they wonder why their legs still feel tired, unstable, or crampy. It's not just about exercise, it's about giving your muscles the fuel they really need. Here's the good news: once you understand which fruits are working against you, you can start making smarter swaps that protect your strength, your balance, and your independence. Because feeling strong in your legs isn't just about moving better, it's about living better. It's about being able to chase your grandkids, walk along the beach, or dance in the kitchen with your partner without worrying if your legs will keep up. And it all starts with paying attention to how these healthy foods are really affecting your body. Another one that often catches people off guard: pineapple. It's tropical, juicy, and packed with vitamin C. But the thing about pineapple is that it's incredibly acidic and very high in natural sugars. While a few chunks now and then probably won't hurt, regularly eating large servings, especially canned pineapple that's stored in syrup, can do more harm than good. That sharp spike in sugar doesn't just affect your blood glucose, it can also fuel chronic inflammation. Inflammation quietly breaks down muscle tissue and slows down repair. If you've been feeling like your legs stay sore longer after activity, or you're noticing more stiffness in your hips, knees, or ankles, hidden inflammation might be playing a role. And pineapple, while it seems like an innocent choice, might be stirring the pot more than you realize. Now let's talk about dried fruits. Raisins, dates, apricots, these all sound like healthy, wholesome options, right? After all, they come from real fruit. But here's the catch. When fruit is dried, all the water is removed, leaving behind a concentrated sugar bomb. Just a small handful of raisins has the same sugar content as an entire bunch of grapes, but it's much easier to overeat. The result, another big hit to your blood sugar levels. But even more concerning, dried fruits can also lead to what's called glycation. That's when sugar molecules attach to proteins in your body, including the proteins in your muscles. This process stiffens tissues and weakens muscle performance. It may sound technical, but here's how it feels. Your legs don't move the way they used to. They might feel slower, tighter, or like they just don't have the bounce or energy you expect. And what about fruit smoothies? I know they've become a go-to for many health-conscious people, especially in the mornings. But here's the thing. Most store-bought or cafe-style smoothies aren't as healthy as they seem. They often include multiple servings of sugary fruits blended together. Bananas, mangoes, pineapples, sometimes with added juice or sweeteners, all packed into a single drink. And because the blending process breaks down the fiber, your body absorbs all that sugar even faster. You're essentially drinking dessert for breakfast. Now, if you're making smoothies at home with the right balance, say some spinach, a bit of low-sugar fruit like berries, maybe some Greek yogurt or protein powder, you're on the right track. But if your smoothie is mostly tropical fruit and juice, you might be starting your day with a sugar surge that sets you up for an energy crash just when your muscles need support the most. That kind of routine, especially over time, can wear down your leg strength and endurance without you even realizing it. One of the trickiest parts of all this is that we're taught from such a young age that fruit equals health. So when you're over 60 and doing your best to eat well, it can feel confusing, even unfair, to learn that some of your go-to choices might be holding you back. But I want to reassure you, it's not about cutting out fruit completely. It's about choosing the right ones and being mindful of how much and how often. Because once you know better, you can feel better, and your legs, your foundation for movement, for freedom, for everything you love doing, deserve that kind of attention. When you start fueling your body in a way that supports real strength and balance, everything changes. Your walks become easier. You get up from your chair without a second thought. You might even find the confidence to try something new, a dance class, a gentle hike, or just keeping up with those grandkids that always seem to have endless energy. And all of that starts with the simple, everyday choices you make in your kitchen. There's one fruit that's often seen as a diet staple, especially for those trying to eat clean, and that's apples. Now, before you raise an eyebrow, let me explain. Apples can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. They're high in fiber, contain vitamin C, and can help keep you full. But for some people, especially as we age, eating apples the wrong way can cause more strain than support. The key issue is how your body responds to the type of fiber in apples, particularly if you're eating them without balancing them out with some protein or healthy fat. For example, having an apple by itself on an empty stomach can lead to a quick rise in blood sugar, followed by a drop that leaves your muscles, especially in your legs, feeling tired and shaky. And if you're eating them peeled, you're missing most of the fiber that helps slow that process down. It's not that apples are bad, it's just that timing, portion size, and pairing matter more now than ever. Another sneaky one, watermelon. It's hydrating, it's refreshing, and on a hot day, it hits the spot like nothing else. But watermelon is one of the fruits with the highest glycemic index, meaning it sends your blood sugar soaring quickly after you eat it. This can make you feel energized for a moment and then suddenly sluggish, not just in your body, but in your legs too. And when you're already working to maintain balance, avoid falls, and stay mobile, the last thing you need is a fruit that sets off a sugar roller coaster that drains your energy. Again, moderation is the key here. A small slice with a source of protein, that's manageable, but a big bowl of watermelon on its own, That could be enough to send your muscles into a mini energy crisis without you even realizing why. So let's take a breath and bring all of this together. Grapes, bananas, pineapple, dried fruits, smoothies packed with sugary fruits, apples on an empty stomach, and bowls of watermelon. These may all seem innocent, even healthy, but they can quietly chip away at your leg strength, stamina, and balance when eaten in the wrong way or too often. That doesn't mean you need to give up fruit entirely, not at all. In fact, some fruits, like berries, are fantastic for seniors. They're lower in sugar, high in antioxidants, and support everything from brain health to blood flow. The secret is knowing what works for your body now, because your body isn't the same as it was 10 or 20 years ago. It's wiser, it's more sensitive to certain imbalances, and it deserves to be nourished in a way that supports energy, strength, and confidence, especially in your legs. You have so much life ahead of you, and strong legs are the foundation of doing the things you love. Whether that's exploring a new destination, gardening in the backyard, or simply getting around your home with ease, every step matters. And it starts with awareness. Small changes, like swapping a banana for a handful of blueberries or pairing an apple with a slice of cheese, can add up to big results. And here's the best part, it's never too late to make that shift. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Just take a moment today to look at your habits with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, is this fueling my strength? Is this helping me stay mobile and independent? If the answer isn't clear, that's okay. Now you know what to look out for. If today's video gave you a new perspective or a helpful reminder, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you noticed any changes in your energy or leg strength based on what you eat? Let's open up that conversation below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe for more tips to help you stay strong, sharp, and full of life at any age. Here's to living your best years with strength in every step. You've got this, and I'm here with you every step of the way.